This is just a video that I'm going to do to show what I carry every day as a traveler, off-roader, overlander, for self-protection and everyday needs. This is kind of like just I'll give you a look here in a second, but it's my everyday carry that I have as far as firearm goes and other self-protection. This is not going to include my wallet, my phone, or any of that other stuff that people usually add for their everyday carry. To me, that's just common sense. That's just stuff you know that you're going to have all the time. This is something that a lot of people don't have, but I figure I would share anyway. Some of these I carry depending on the situation, and others I carry depending on where I'm at or where I'm going. A good example is, a lot of you know, is of course the infamous my Glock 43X MOS. It has the Vortex Defender CCW red dot sight. This is the one I usually carry when I am going out of state, going on certain trips, to where it has the function of the 10-round magazine and the optional new 15-round magazine. This is one I would mostly carry, like I said, when I'm away from my home state or doing special functions, just because to me it's easier to conceal and reliable. This is a Alien Gear Proton holster that's forward. You can do it for appendix carry, in the waistband, out the waistband, cross draw. It's multifunctional. I mean, to me it's nothing really special, but it gets the job done. Now when I am at home and I'm traveling around, this is what I carry most of the time. My Springfield Hellcat Pro. Everything here is chambered in 9mm, just so you know. This one's got the Viridian RFX, I believe 11 red dot sight, or I'm sorry, green dot sight. And I usually keep the 15 or 17 round inside of it because I got the gear up package when I bought it. And as far as the holster, is the Bravo concealment out the waistband holster. I like it because it does ride tight and it does hide it better when I am out and about. And which one I'm carrying, I always do carry a spare magazine. This one's for the Hellcat. This one is the 17 round magazine. 15 round doesn't have this little indentation to it. It's kind of like a little pinky grip, even though I don't need it, but it's there. And from that, so here's the 15 round. But when I am carrying the spare magazine, I use the Pitbull tactical magazine carrier. It can hold, I think, up to single and double stack up to 45 caliber, from I think 380 to 45 caliber. And it just, like I said, it's just adjustable. Now this is my duty pistol. This is my Glock 45 MOS Gen 5. It's got a Leopold red dot on it. Also chambered in 9mm. Now this one's one I use when I'm out doing jobs and other functions. And this is the one that's got probably the most work on it. That it's got a lot of work done to it just to shoot it the way when I fire it. It's to my liking, my personal tip. But I only use the OEM 17 round magazines that I use for it. Now as far as pocket knives, this is just a cheap Smith & Wesson, folding pocket knife. Nothing fancy, just if I need to cut boxes or whatever else. One-handed opening if I ever need it, but just a little something extra I carry, nothing fancy. Now when I'm out in the woods and I need something a little bit more heavy duty, I have these 511 GTI. I've had it for a while. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever actually used it for anything, but it's nice. And I mean, look how thick that blade is. It's a full tang. It's got a little hammer on the bottom. Don't think I've ever actually used it for anything, but I have it there. And I do carry it when I'm out in the woods or when I'm traveling off, when I'm overlanding or off-roading. just to have a good knife. And when I am traveling, if I'm going to a state I'm not really sure about some of the rules or laws, there's an app that I downloaded. It's the USCCA app. And you don't have to join them. The app is free. And you download it and you fill out the information like your name and if you have a concealed carry license for your home state or if not. But then it'll tell you, if you do have a concealed carry, it tells you all the states that you can carry in that reciprocates your, they recognize your concealed carry from your state. And it also tells you the laws. Do you have the duty to retreat, the duty to inform police if you were pulled over? It lets you know if you can carry in that state, if there's magazine limitations, the type of ammo you're allowed to carry, the amount that you're allowed to carry, like if it's a 10 round or 15 round or whatever. And it's coming in handy because there have been plenty of times I've traveled through Texas, and one law I didn't know was if you have your firearm in the open in your vehicle, it must be holstered. I didn't know that. A lot of times I got to sit in a little compartment where it's easy to get to, and and I just leave it there and put it in my holster when I get out. But I always pull it out to have it there because you might get carjacked or something. But there was a famous NBA player here recently that got pulled over and he got charged because of that. His firearm was legal. It was registered with the NBA. Like, he broke no laws except it was not holstered. And now, as of right now, when I last saw, he cannot buy ammo, carry a firearm, buy other firearms until all this matter is settled because of that one law, one rule, whatever you want to call it. And it's considered a misdemeanor, but it's grabbing so much attention because he is, an NBA player. And I actually think that was a bunch of bullshit. I'm actually on his side to where I don't think he done anything wrong, but again, it is one of their laws. And I went back to that app, the USCCA, to see if it was in there. And it is. It tells you that you have to do that. So that tells me I need to look at the laws more when I do read, the fine print and all that. I can't just assume. But it just makes me, so something like that can actually help if you take the time to read when you go in other states. And it also tells you the states you can't carry in, like California and other places like that. So it definitely comes in handy. The USCCA does not sponsor this video, so I just want to put that out there. These are my own things and everything else. Obviously I'm not sponsored by Glock or Springfield, even though, hey, if you want to, hey, I'm right here. Give me a holler, we'll talk, we'll work something out. But I wanted to show just some of the firearms that I do carry. Now, when I do carry, if I am breaking a rule, it's either because I'm doing it on my own intuition, I'll take those consequences as they come. But I do follow the state laws whenever I travel because, you don't want the hassle and I don't want some rights taken away or a misunderstanding. And it just, some of the things I just want to put out when I do. I mean, obviously I carry more in my Jeep or my truck or one of my other vehicles when I'm out and about. A lot of people see me and, sometimes, it just comes up. Everybody likes to talk about certain things and firearms is usually one of them. Now, when I am traveling, when I'm out in the wilderness, the woods, the mountains, lakes, or wherever I happen to be at, I carry for not just protection from unwanted guests, but also wildlife. If a bear comes and, if I'm minding my business, he's minding his business, would be cool. But, if I encroach his territory or he decides to encroach on mine, I want something that I can protect myself besides bear spray. I'm not saying bear spray is not effective, but I like something I'm more comfortable that I know is going to do what I want it to do. I'll take my chances as they come with, the park rangers or what have you. Now, one of the things when I am doing this, when I am carrying, that I personally don't worry about is printing. Yes, I'm concealed and I try not to print, but it's not something that I constantly keep on my mind. To me, the average person is not really going to say nothing nor really notice or care unless they just, I don't know, just some reason it's just really bothering they're having a bad day, as I put it. But, I do try to keep everything small because, I do not want to draw attention. But at the same time, I'm not too worried about if I am printing or I think somebody once called it flagging or what have you. That's me. I know where it's at. That's all I need to know. That's all I care about. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video, just kind of show, because I'm getting ready for a trip here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to head out east a little bit, and just want to show what I carry for protection, and because I'll be up in the hills for a little bit, you know, kind of giving clues where I'm going. And when I was making this video, I'm at 95 subscribers. I am 5 away from my goal of 100. The ultimate goal is 1,000 plus. But again, I'm trying to do the baby steps and work my way up. You know, I ain't saying, hey, I want 1,000 right now, which will be great, don't get me wrong. But I'm 5 away from meeting my first goal of 100. So I really appreciate it. I got my birthday coming up this weekend. So me and my wife, KornBread, we're going away for this weekend. That's not the trip that's coming up, by the way. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I do appreciate everything, the support, the comments, the questions, everything. Everybody's giving me their input. You know, some things I'm learning as I go as well, as far as firearms. You know, the new 43X 15 round mag. There are, you know, things I didn't even know that people experience that I haven't personally yet experienced, but you know, kind of keeps me a lookout. But anyway, just wanted to say thanks. Continue to watch my videos. I do appreciate it. Channel's slowly growing, and we're getting there. I'm eventually finding my footing. I'm getting back to, you know, hopefully doing more and more. Things have been kind of slow behind the screens for other reasons. But anyway, if you could share the video, subscribe, like, comment, I do appreciate it all. You know, help me reach my grand total of 1,000 plus, but help me get to 100 right now. Again, it's my birthday this weekend, so we'll be gone celebrating. It might be a while before I make another video, and I do appreciate all of y'all. So until next time, thanks for watching.